it's time to take off this face and give you guys the tea on how I became a house help at 20. You guys, nobody prepares you for that life. Nobody prepares you for 3 years of that life. Story time. That was how December 2013, right? I just got back from school. We're going back to our village for Christmas. From that time on, Daniela had no life. I had no life. So just imagine, remember that at this time, my husband and I were already in courtship, so we're in a relationship. This affected our relationship a lot because we couldn't go anywhere. That's how your girl, that's how my career in house helping began. Hi guys, checking my mic to be sure that it's working. It's a new video today. Let me just get my lighting in order. So we're doing a very different video today. It is Get On Ready with me. So as you can see, I have a full face of makeup all done by myself. And I'm going to be taking that off right now. I had a long day, had work, filmed for YouTube, did a few things. And now it's time to take off this face and give you guys the tea on how I became a house help at 20. Like, you guys, nobody prepares you for that life. Nobody prepares you for 3 years of that life. So if you don't know what being a house help means, basically being a housekeeper for a long time. But it's not just being a housekeeper. You have to cook, you clean, you're the nanny. If you have younger ones, like I did all of that for 3 good years. For three good years, 3 years. If you want to know how that came about, do keep watching. First of all, I have to take off my lashes. Let me get my lash stack. I got this lash stack a while ago, and the funny thing, I'm just using it for the first time because anytime I try to fix my lashes myself, something always goes wrong. It's either I get one eye and don't get the other eye, but this time around, I got both of them. My sister helped me anyways. She was here to help me film today, so she helped me. So anyways, guys, back to the story. Story time. That was how December 2013, right? I just got back from school. We're going back to our village for Christmas. My dad likes to call it a town. He says that it's not a village, and that's because he lives there. But anyways, we're going back to my village this time. I'm traveling for Christmas, and so the housekeeper at the time. So I like to stack it this way, just so that I know which one goes where next time I'm wearing it. Do you guys reuse your false lashes? You know, I reuse my false lashes sometimes. Especially the quality is good quality. So anyways, that was how we were going back home for Christmas, and our housekeeper was going home for Christmas as well. And we all said our goodbyes. Everybody was like, oh, goodbye, see you later. So I think that particular year, we went by road. It was a road trip, and we dropped her off at her village. And she was like, oh, I'll see you guys next year. Have a good Christmas. During Christmas, we're trying to reach her like a Merry Christmas and everything. We couldn't reach her. So we get back to Abuja, and we're like, Miss Fidelia, where are you? And she's like, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. I'm like, why didn't you say anything? Why are we reaching you 3 days into the new year and saying you're not coming back? Why didn't you just say something? So this is like a normal phenomenon in this part of the world, right? In Nigeria, where I am, where you have people who work for you, your domestic staff just abscond. They don't even tell you, I'm coming, I'm not coming. They just do not show up. And that was what happened this time. Only that, plot twists, your girl was at home and my father thought about this brilliant idea. Okay, toddler break. Here you go. Bye. Close my door. Bye, bye, bye. So that's how my father thought that it was a brilliant idea to say, look, I have girl children. So if you don't know, I have 4 girls in my family. He was like, I have girl children. Why do I even need a housekeeper? So at the time, we also had another domestic staff whose work was to like wash the cars and then take care of the gardens. Maybe calling a gardener or something. But anyways, so he was there. And my dad thought to himself, I have girl children. You should be able to take care of the house. And he says, you know what? In fact, we're not having no more housekeeper in the house. You cater to everything. My children cater to everything. Cooking, cleaning everything within the house. At that time, I had a younger brother who was like maybe what 10 years then, but I remember he was in primary school. So it meant that I had to take care of my brother and take care of my parents and take care of the house. You guys, it was wild. So it's not like it's anything that I've not done before. It's not like it's anything I've not done before. But you know when it's now your full job. Like my sister had gone back to school. I was the only person, and then my cousin at the time, may I so rest in peace, had come to live with us. So initially, of course, you are new. She's your cousin, so it's not like they're going to give her any work to do. So I'm handling all of these things. I have to wake up, I have to meal prep, I have to meal plan. It was wild. You guys see the definition of ghetto. It was the ghetto. It was the ghetto. Anyways, we did it. I started. So I went back to school. So I finished school, came back, waited to be posted, got posted for NYSC. I was off to camp. I was very happy. I ran to camp. Little did I know that I was coming back for the war. Like, guys, by the time I came back, it's like my parents were waiting for me. I had to prep meals. Like this is, let me just give you an example of my morning routine. I wake up in the morning, first thing I do, maybe say a prayer, right? Run to my brother's room, wake him up, go to the kitchen, prepare his lunchbox for school, prepare my parents' breakfast, my dad, my mom, and they eat different things, right? I would do this. Then I would clean the kitchen. I would clean the living area, then go back to my room, get dressed for work. I will get dressed for work, then go to work. Before I even go to work, I have to already think about what we're eating for lunch, bring it out of the freezer and put it in the fridge, or bring out anything I'm going to use to cook dinner and put it in the fridge. Now, my daddy eats dinner before 6, and so that means that whatever I'm doing, wherever I am on this face of the earth, I have to get back home before 6 and make sure the dinner is ready. Hey, God. Hey, God. Wait, oh, this lipstick is not cleaning. He said, buy matte, buy matte, buy matte. This matte is matting. Please, any tips on how to get rid of this thing? Meanwhile, you guys, I did my makeup myself. My sister that used to laugh at my makeup, she said I did a pretty good job. And she liked my skin prep. So this makeup has been on since morning. It's about 9 hours of makeup. Is it gone? It's gone, but it looks like someone kissed me. That's how your girl, oh, that's how my career in house helping began. From that time on, Daniela had no life. I had no life. If I had any meeting, I had to be home before 6. So just imagine, remember that at this time, my husband and I were already in courtship. So we're in a relationship. And this affected our relationship a lot because we couldn't go anywhere. Remember the video I made about how we went on only 8 fancy dates while we were courting or while we were dating? That's because, one, aside the financial part, right? I didn't have time. It got to a point that my husband, the only way we could see during the week was when he comes to see me at home. Like the security guards at the main gate, that's the estate gate, started calling him Okoyawo. Like till today, 7 years after I moved out of the house. Whenever we go, they always shout Okoyawo because my husband will have to come. He'll come visit me. He will wait till like 10 when I'm done cleaning the kitchen. So he'll stay with me in the kitchen. I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm serving my parents and all of that. When I'm done cleaning, I'm cooking, I will clean and wipe down all the surfaces, mop, sweep and mop, and he'll just be there talking to me or working as well, or talking to my parents or talking to my siblings. It was that bad. And then when I'm now done, that's where we can even have maybe 30 minutes of catch-up time. To be honest, my husband is he's the real MVP. Like, we went through that for 3 years and he didn't feel like anything. He didn't make me feel like, oh my God, why are your parents even so, like I can't even have time together. He didn't do that though. You guys, it was tough. But here's the part that a lot of people say, ah, God, I cannot do this thing. It cannot be me. Like, I have a life. I can imagine people now, Gen Zs are like, I'm moving out of the house. Do you know that it never even crossed my mind to move out? I mean, I was what, 20, 22, 23. It never crossed my mind to move out because I'm like, first of all, why am I moving out? I just saw it as an opportunity to serve my parents. I knew I was going to get married. Of course, I was already in courtship, so my parents also knew that I was going to get married. I feel like my dad also felt like he wanted to enjoy me before I got married, you know. And so I took it as an opportunity to serve them and just really serve my parents. Initially, it started off with a lot of grumbling, but after some time, I got the hang of it. I already created systems. I had my time on check. I knew when to wake up. I knew when to batch cook for the week or for 2 weeks. I knew when to go to the market. I knew when to do the market cleaning. Everything, like I was a whole pro at this. That's why when people see how I plan my home, they're like, "Ah, how do you do all these things? You cook like four soups at the same time. You do all these things." Because, guys, I've worked in this life. I've done household work. I can multitask. I can cook five different things at the same time, and they will all be great. Do you know what the funny thing is? God is so faithful. Like, so it's funny how you're doing something selflessly and God is there just saying, "My daughter, I'm proud of you. I'm going to reward you." So my husband and I, like, of course, because we were getting married so young, there were concerns from some of our family members. And I remember my father-in-law at the time just, so fascinated about the fact that if when I do come to visit them, I have to leave around 5 because I need to go and prepare food for my dad. And I remember him being so fascinated, like, oh my god, like that's one of the things that endeared him to me, the fact that I used to take care of my parents that well. And she got being so kind, like I just imagine if I never did that. Maybe I don't know. It's not like that's the criteria. That was the criteria for them to accept me, but I know that it played a huge role with them. With their perception of me. Of course, being young, there are many questions on, homemaking and just where your priorities are, and just being a wife and a mom. I know that really, really, really helps me, and it's still helping me now. So I'm going to stop here and ask you guys: has anybody ever done this kind of thing before, where you feel like you don't have a life? You're online, you're talking to your friends, and your friends are partying like they're everywhere, and you're like, sorry, I have to make dinner. Sorry, I have to go back and make lunch. Oh, sorry, it's Saturday, I have to meal prep. It's like, get a life, get a life. It was that bad. Even to go for church meetings, my dad would be like, this is too much. It's too much. It's too much. Like, you have other things to do. Oh my God. Yeah, some days, I'm saying it now, some days it wasn't funny. I'll never lie to you. So I'm sure somebody is thinking, like, how did he impact my relationship? Like, did it stop us from bonding and things like that? I think that, to be honest, I kind of feel like he helped us in a way to get so used to each other and just learn to work with circumstances that we face, right? Um, my husband and I just found ways to make it fun, like do games while I'm in the kitchen, just banter, laugh, and sometimes it would even help me wash plates when I'm so tired and my legs are so weak. And my legs are so weak. Like sometimes my parents actually have guests. Now, when they have guests, it's me. Oh, I'm the one cooking and serving. Oh. Hey God, hey God. See, if you've not gone through this thing, you cannot understand it. You'll probably just be like, it's not just to cook food. In an African home, hey, one meal is like 3 meals in one. But imagine you're eating eba and soup. To make the soup is a different meal in one. To make the gari or the wheat or the swallow is a different meal in one. Now, a different meal for your mom because her diet is different. Anyways, I had to find innovative ways to make it work. And to be honest, in our relationship as well, we found innovative ways to make it work. And I do think that it also helped to save us from temptation because I never really had the luxury of time to say I was going to visit my husband, even when he moved out into his own place. I never had the time to go visit him. And because, of course, we had a policy where we wanted to meet where other people were so that we reduce our chances of getting tempted, to commit fornication. Uh, while we were cutting. And so that I think that really, really helped us because the places that we met were at home. We are always at home. There are lots of people that are with us. A big implication I would say is my home currently. Like I remember last year I was managing like 3 domestic staff in my home, 2 people who were living with us, and then one person who would come and go. And that's a skill in itself. Managing people is a skill in itself. meal planning, meal prepping. And the thing is that when you have domestic staff, have you ever had somebody that lives with you and the person is just complaining, like, oh my God, this thing is too hard. Oh my God. I'm like, bruh, I've done all of this alone. Like, nobody can shame me. You cannot use it to tell me, man, this work is too much. I'm like, what work? I visit my parents' house. This house is not even as big as that, and I will do everything and I will still go to work. So don't tell me you're two doing the work and you're telling me it's too much. Like, you cannot even come and make me feel like the work is too much because your girl has paid her dues. So that's it. So that's how I became a house help at age 20. I did it for 3 years. Somebody was saying that when you were getting married, did you she was asking me, she was saying that on her wedding day she's gonna cry. I'm like, my wedding day, cry. Tears where? Tears who? Me that I was so excited. Like when I just found out that, this when I get married that night, the day before I get married, the final day I sleep in my parents' house. The final day they can actually call me and command me and compel me to do house chores, to cook, to clean. I was moving into a 2-bedroom apartment that was so cute. Like, what is work? What is that? I was excited. Like, I was so happy to finally leave the house. The joy in my heart was so great. Like, I'll miss my parents, of course. I still stay close to them, but I was so happy to leave. Oh, I was actually so happy to leave. I just thought to come on here and tell you guys that, look, your girl has been through it. Let me know if you have gone through this or you're still going through it. Let me know. I want to tell you that it's a season, like, it will pass. You would leave the house, you would either get your own place, or you get married, or you have to move out eventually, or you relocate. It's a season. Make the best of it. Let them remember you. I remember my parents remembering that, oh, when Chizzy was here, she used to do this, she used to do that for us. Just see an opportunity to leave a lasting impression and to serve your family and your parents while you can. I mean, the Bible says honor your father and your mother, right? So that your days will be long. So see it as an opportunity to do that for them. So I think I'm done wiping my face. I'm going to go off camera, wash out my face. I'm going to go for my cleanser, wash out my face, and come back to you guys with a clean face. You're getting back already, so take a shower, did my skincare routine, and we're ready for bedtime. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell me if you liked it. It's the first time I'm doing a get on ready with me, something like this on this channel. If you liked it, if you like the story time, you know what to do. Comment down below and share this video with someone you think is going through a lot as a house of our parents and needs to hear this video. Until my next video, bye bye.